Hi friends, good morning. Today I would discuss the use of each and every in English grammar. First of all, we want to focus on the facts that we can use both each and every in a sentence. But the basic difference between both of them is that each can work as a pronoun and as an adjective in a sentence, but every cannot work as a pronoun in a sentence. Every can work as an adjective in a sentence. It cannot become a pronoun in a sentence. So we can say that on one hand we can use each for both things, for a noun, for a pronoun and for an adjective. But in case of every, we can use it in case of only an adjective. It cannot work as a pronoun in a sentence. It can work only as an adjective in a sentence. So guys, here it is the basic difference between each and every. Apart from this, each can be used in case of two things, but in case of more than two things we can use every. I repeat, for two things we can use each, and for more than two things we can use every. We can assume, if for example we take a sentence, if I say I have a book in my every hands. I have a book. I have a book in my every hands. We cannot say every. We cannot use every for two hands. We can use each for two things. If we are using every, then it should be clear that the objects should be more than two things. If objects are only two objects are supposed to exist here, then we can use only every. We can use each only. So guys, it is the basic difference between the use of each and every in a sentence. Apart from this, we want to take some examples where each works as an adjective in the sentence and each works as a pronoun in the sentence. If I say each student is allowed to enter the room. Each student. Here we are using each, and after each we are using a noun student. So guys, here after the use of each we have taken a noun. So here each is modifying noun student. So we can say that here each is working as an adjective in the sentence. If I say each of the boys, here each is working as a pronoun because each has been used here in the place of a noun. So we can say that each of the boys here, each is working as a pronoun in the sentence. So we can say that each can work both. It can work as a pronoun in the sentence. Each can work as an adjective in the sentence. But in case of every, we cannot say every of my students. We cannot say every of my students. So every cannot be used in case of pronoun. Every cannot work as a pronoun in the sentence, while each can work as a pronoun in the sentence. So this is the basic difference between each and every in English grammar. Apart from this, the basic difference between each and every is that the use of each cannot be done in case of abstract nouns. The use of every can be used with abstract nouns, while each cannot be used with abstract nouns. For example, I cannot say that I have each reason. I have each reason to be happy. I have each reason to be happy. Here we cannot say that I have each reason to be happy. I can say that I have every reason to be happy. So we can say that each cannot work with abstract nouns in English grammar, but every can be used with abstract nouns in English grammar. So this is the basic difference between each and every in English grammar. I repeat, every can work in case of abstract nouns, but each cannot work with abstract nouns in English grammar. So this is the basic difference between each and every in case of abstract nouns in English grammar. Apart from this, after each, we can use only singular noun in English grammar. Oh, in a sentence. After each, we can use only a singular noun. After each, we can use only a singular noun. As I said, each student is preparing for his exam. Each student is preparing for his exam. Here, each is working as an adjective in the sentence, but when it works as a pronoun in the sentence, as we can say that each of the students. Here, each is working as a pronoun in the sentence. Each of the students. Here we are talking about each student out of many students. So here we can use only a singular verb in the sentence. Each of the students is working for his exam. So in the previous sentence, each was working as an adjective in the sentence, and in this sentence, each is working as a pronoun in the sentence. So we can say that each can work as a pronoun in the sentence, each can work as an adjective in the sentence. When each accepts a noun in the sentence, it means here it is working as an adjective in the sentence. If each doesn't seem to take any type of noun in the sentence, it means here it is not working. Each is not working as a pronoun in the sentence. Each is not working as an adjective in the sentence. Here, each is working as a pronoun in the sentence. So this is the basic difference. Apart from this, let us see what is the remaining part. Here we want to notify the fact that if each is used just before a noun in the sentence, the noun will be in a singular form. But after each, if we are using preposition of and then we are using a noun in the sentence, the form of noun will be in not in singular form, but it will be in plural form. I repeat, if in simple terms we can say that if each is working as an adjective in the sentence, then it will take a singular noun. But if each is working as a pronoun in the sentence, after each we will use a plural noun in the sentence. As I say, each of the boys, we cannot say each of the boy, each of the boys, because here we are referring to each boy out of a number of boys. So we cannot say that each of the boy. We can only say each of the boys, because here we are referring to each out of a number of boys in a sentence. So we can say that if in a sentence it is working as an adjective in the sentence, then we can use only a singular noun in the sentence. If each is working as a pronoun in the sentence, we can use a plural noun. So guys, this is the basic difference between each and every. I want to summarize. I want to include the whole of the class at the ending part of this discussion, that each and every both are supposed to be used in English grammar. First, the basic difference between each and every, for two things we use each, and for more than two things we use every. This is the first difference between each and every. The second difference is each can work of both. Each can work as an adjective in the sentence, and each can work as a pronoun in the sentence. But in case of every can work as an adjective in the sentence, but every cannot work as a pronoun in the sentence. For example, if I say every student, here every is working as an adjective in the sentence. If I say every of the students, it would be wrong. It would be wrong because every cannot work as a pronoun in the sentence. Why? Why can every not work as a pronoun in the sentence? Because if here every is referring to more than two things or more than two people. So if we are using for more than two people, we cannot use every as a pronoun in the sentence. We can use each as a pronoun in the sentence, because each refers to a single unit, but every refers to more than two units. So this is why we cannot use every as a pronoun in the sentence. So every can work as an adjective in the sentence. This is the basic difference. Apart from this, every can work with abstract nouns, but each cannot work with abstract nouns. Because why can we not use each with abstract nouns? The basic difference is that every refers to the use of plural noun, but each refers to the use of singular noun. So in case of abstract nouns, we cannot use the words which refers to a singular noun. We can use those words which can refer to the use of plural noun in case of abstract nouns. So in case of abstract nouns, we cannot use each. We can use only every. As I have every reason to be happy. I have every reason. Here, every is referring to things of more than one, and each is referring to a single unit. This is why we cannot use each in case of abstract nouns in English grammar. So this is the basic difference between each and every in English grammar. So here we would like to take some examples. As I say, each of my students is working very hard. Each of my students is working very hard. Here, each is working as a pronoun in the sentence. If I say each student is working very hard. Each student is working very hard. Here, each is working as an adjective in the sentence. So, finally, we can say that each can work both. Each can work of both. It can work as a pronoun in the sentence. It can work as an adjective in the sentence. But every cannot work as a pronoun in the sentence. For example, we cannot say every of my students. Every of my students are working very hard. We cannot say. We can say each of my students is working very hard. Here, each of my students is working very hard. We are using the subject. This is the fact. Please notify here. Here we are using the verb not according to the voice, but according to the subject which is working as a pronoun in the sentence. So this is why here we are using singular verb. Why are we using a singular verb here? Because in English grammar, after a verb, after a preposition, only objects are supposed to come, and we can take verb not according to the objects but according to the subject in the sentence. So here, after the use of each, the use of is referring to an object. Here we are talking about one boy. One boy out of a number of boys. And here we are saying that each of the boys are preparing for their exam. We cannot say each of the boys are preparing for their exams. We cannot say, because sentence would be wrong. Here we can say that each of the boys is working, is preparing for his exam. Because here we have taken only each, only a single unit out of a number of boys. So we can use the verb not according to boys but according to each. As I know that the right of taking a verb is always with the subject of the sentence. An object has no right to take a verb. It cannot decide, an object cannot decide which type of verb is to be taken. It is the subject which always decides which type of verb is to be taken in the sentence. So this is the basic difference here. So guys, here nothing is escaping from our eyesight. So I have finished the use of each and every in English grammar, and nothing except it is going to remain here. So I would like to close the class now. I would meet in our next class. So thank you.